I refuse to let go with all of that's going on, the Iran war and everything else. I still can't let go of Epstein. I can't let go of the victims and the idea of accountability and the fact that, as many are saying, there still may be 3 million documents that we're not seeing. Now we're hearing buzz about Ghislaine Maxwell possibly getting a pardon. I paid a visit to that camp, minimum security, low security camp that she's in. And yes, of course, she's got a therapy dog. And yes, she can eat her meals in her dormitory. And she gets to go to the gym when she wants to. But let's face it, she's still locked up. And she's, my opinion now, I think she's getting antsy. I think she's getting impatient. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's threatening to talk about what she knows. And so this may have generated the buzz about a pardon. But educate us a little bit about presidential pardon power, which I know is vast. Todd Blanche is in this picture again. He's the one who interviewed her. We got nothing significant out of her other than Donald Trump walks on water. Where are we going with potentially Ghislaine? And then, do you see any light at the end of the tunnel with regard to getting the additional Epstein documents out?
Yeah. So first of all, with respect to whether Ghislaine Maxwell is getting antsy, and I think you said she may be, wanting to start talking about what she knows. Here's the problem, Frank. Todd Blanche already locked her into her lies because he went down to that prison in Florida and he accepted from her all of her lies. I did nothing wrong. Epstein did nothing wrong. Trump did nothing wrong. We're all pure as the driven snow. There's a reason he elicited that and accepted it uncritically. That's one of the reasons I believe they fired Maureen Comey not long before that interview, because she could have participated and called Ghislaine Maxwell's bluff with the mountain of evidence that was used to convict her. But Todd Blanche didn't do any of that. He accepted all those lies. What does that do? It locks her in to those lies, because now if she tells the truth about what she did, what Trump did, what Epstein did, one, she's contradicting herself. So she made a false statement to a federal government official previously in the interview that she had with Todd Blanche. So she's locked in. So one, nobody's going to believe her. And two, she could be charged with a 5-year federal felony, a 18 United States Code section 1001 false statement for each lie she told. So she's got nowhere to go but continue to stick to those lies and hope that a commutation or a pardon comes rolling in. I almost never quote Bill Barr as the authority for any proposition. But in his testimony before Congress, when he was asked, if the president issued somebody a pardon to gain their silence because that person could implicate or incriminate the president, would that be legal? Bill Barr said, no, that would be unlawful. That would be a crime. Now, the Supreme Court might trump that opinion, no pun intended. But, here's what I believe we have to do. And I think we're going to get to the accountability discussion eventually. What we have to do is go into court when the rule of law comes back into the light of day and challenge every corruptly delivered pardon. And let judges wrestle with the issue of whether a president is king and the pardon power is beyond the reach of the court. Because if it is, Frank, he can order the Army or his DOJ officials to go to Fort Knox, unload all of the government's assets, money, gold bars, whatever we keep in Fort Knox. I have a cartoon vision of Fort Knox where you open it, there's all gold bars piled up. That's probably not accurate.
You mean there's not?
I don't know. I saw it on Bugs Bunny. So, and then he could say, deliver it to me. I'm going to distribute it to my family members, and then I'm going to pardon you all. And do we really think the federal judiciary, up to and including the Supreme Court, would say, yes, that's just what the pardon power was designed to allow? Right. I don't think so. I will take a case to trial and lose it. I will take a motion to court and lose it if it's the right battle to fight. But you can't make the shot you don't take. And we've got to take these shots once the rule of law comes back into the light of day.
Boy, we'd have to ask our friend Kim Whaley,
Yeah.
who is a pardon expert, on whether, or maybe you know the answer to this, whether throughout history there's been a decision that a presidential pardon or commutation was unlawful, or
I don't believe, well, there is one from 1915. It's in the case of United States versus George Burdick. George Burdick was a newspaper editor in New York, and the president tried to force a pardon on him to extinguish a Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination that he was trying to use to prevent being compelled to give information about a source. And the Supreme Court in the Burdick case said there are limitations on the pardon power. A pardon carries with it an imputation of guilt, and accepting a pardon is at least some confession of guilt, and a president may not force a pardon on somebody. Now, that may not be a lot, but it's something that chips away at the absolute nature of the pardon power.
Yeah. Wow. Good reference. Pulled that one out. Thank you for that.